I'm flattered and I appreciate it. And, it's just a little weird. I feel a little uncomfortable. Welcome to week 4, but why are you dressing like me? You might as well get the tan hat. You might as well start asking people to call you Joe. I don't understand.
Dressing like you? What am I dressing like you as? Oh my God, dude! You're wearing. I
stole my gray shirt. You stole my gray shirt.
I can't go work out. I can't go.
You stole my gray shirt.
Be a functional man of society instead of
waking up. I
guess
you decided you have the same work outfit I do. I don't.
Oh, Joe. The last time you worked out, I'm pretty sure Obama was still the governor of Chicago.
First of all, that is false. At one point in my life, I was 2% body fat. Okay, and Obama.
When was that? When was that? At the age of 2?
In the second term.
2?
Okay.
At the age of 2.
These lovely adult muffin tops, which I embrace. I'm back to my chunky boy ways of high school, which I embrace. Thick boy life, chunky boy for life. And I'm back to who I am, and that's it. And I'm back to who I am.
We don't fat shame on this podcast.
Goddamn right.
I'm saying this. When is the last time you worked out? Be honest.
Legitimately, I do work out like 3 or 4 times a week, so it is kind of insulting.
It's not insulting. It's not insulting. You're insulting me by saying I dress like you. I'm not dressing like you. I'm just going to work out, being a member of society. I don't wake up at the crack of 11 a.m. I'm up and about at like 5 or 6 every morning. I'm sorry. It's okay.
I'm sorry. So 7:30 is now 11 a.m.
You said it last podcast. You were like, I just woke up. And it was at 11
Yes,
o'clock.
I had an off day going to my best friend's wedding. So I was taking the weekend. I was sorry. I tried to make that work right before I went to New Jersey. Sorry. I tried to be a good podcast host.
Some people have something called responsibilities. They have things to do. Weekends are not even weekends anymore.
That's right. Exactly. And that's why not only do I work 60 hours a week, but I also work Saturdays. I make this podcast work. I literally am the only reason Four Quarters is still not.
You are the reason why.
The reason why
are
audience 5% body fat when Obama was in his second term. Now I'm back to who I am in the thick boyness.
So he said 2%. I want everybody to keep tally. He said 2%, then 5%. He said 2%, then 5%.
You were thin until we started doing this podcast. You're what, like 125?
You're talking about me now? You're talking about my weight? I never said I was skinny. Listen, here's why I work out. If I don't work out, I will kill over. I eat too many chicken wings. I drink too much beer. I have too much stress. That I will literally, if I do not work out for let's say 3 weeks, I will die of a heart attack, and that is on God.
Really?
So I work out.
No, we discussed this before. There's no bit aside.
I work out so I do not die. All right, it's kind of like a shrew in the wild. If anybody knows, shrews are the animals that have to eat for every 2 hours, or they will die. So in that sense,
you're a shrew.
In working out form, I am a shrew. I have to work out at least, I would say 4 times a week, or I'm gonna die.
And I work out so I don't become an incel, and it's the same thing basically.
No, but I'm making fun of you because you're over here saying I'm wearing the same clothes as you, and I'm over here using clothes as tools to make sure that I don't die.
I mean, listen, that's fantastic. You could have put on a blue shirt. You didn't have to copy off my color or my style.
You just made fun of yourself.
You could have put on those Steelers colors, or you could have put on a Joe Burrow jersey.
Why the fuck would I put? Why? We'll get to them in a minute. Don't worry about it.
Orange and black, baby. You look good.
Why are you wearing the red, white, and blue? Why aren't you wearing the fucking Chargers colors? I don't see it.
I'm sorry.
We do this all day. We're
Sunday?
1-2.
Did we lose?
Who did we beat? You lost.
I thought I was the one stuck in the jersey.
You lost the team in beat.
I thought I was the one stuck in the jersey. So you make my key.
You lost to the team we beat. So I want to hear it. And this is the face of the franchise. I am your host, Michael the Pharaoh Shanuti, and that is my host in front of me.
You're an incredible human. If you followed all that, good for you. Because I don't think we.
That is my co-host, Lil Joe Ooh. Follow him on Instagram and Twitter if you want to hear comedy and shit like that about like John Mulaney's bullshit and all that. And he's a John Mulaney fan.
Dating Olivia Munn. She's pregnant. Did Olivia Munn lie about the timeline when her and John Mulaney met? I don't know, but I know that I Googled John Mulaney so much that I know that is a Page 6 article about him.
Are you kidding me right now?
That's your call, face of the franchise listeners.
Well, that's kind of football because she dated what's his name, Aaron Rodgers. So Is that what you're saying?
I always keep the show relevant. Yeah, exactly. That's why I mentioned that.
That's kind of crazy.
Listen, though, man, it's been. How are you feeling after 3 weeks? Can we just check in? Let's
we're just going into it. We're just going into it, right? We're just going into it.
Normal show aside, just talk to me, man. How are you?
I guess we're doing this. So I
moved it up. I moved it up.
Okay.
Other things later. Let's start off this.
Let me just start it off. So Saturday, college football. Notre Dame won. I'm what you call like a Notre Dame supporter. Not really a big one. Like I'm not like cheering and going crazy like Notre Dame, but Notre Dame won. Go ahead. I don't know what do you want to say now?
I raised my hand like well, no. I don't know if I told you this over the phone or not, but I put in a wedding day parlay for me and my boy. He said, Joey, don't give a shit about this parlay. Why would you put this in? This is so stupid. 8-0. It went 8-0. I hit a $10 parlay, turned it into $2,861 for me and my boy. I split half, gave it half to him. Shout out to you, Chop. Notre Dame was on the card. I went 8-0 in college football this past
You're welcome. That was probably the easiest bet because Notre Dame is what? A wagon. Let me tell you why. Because
this is a sample into our college football show that will be starting soon. Let's do it.
I'm just saying. But here's what I'm trying to get at. So Notre Dame won. They beat a good Wisconsin team. It happened. So I was like, okay, the weekend's starting off pretty good. It doesn't really raise my emotions that much or bring them down that much if they win or lose, but it's good. It's like, all right, here we go. Go to the game on Sunday. I meet up with my boys. I see Dominic Michael. Shout out Dominic Michael, Josh Recevo. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Michael
day ones,
family.
absolutely.
Michael too for the tailgates and all that. We had Crown Royal shots. We were ready to go, buzzing. The place was buzzing.
Love it. Environment was great.
Environment was awesome. Let's do this thing. It's the Bengals. We own the Bengals. We shut down the Bengals. They haven't won in here since 2000 and whatever with Chad Ochocinco and blah, blah, blah.
It's a good tune-up game. It's a tune-up game that we need.
Tune-up game. So I go in. All right, first drive. Same old bullshit. 3 and out. Cool. We're going to start off with this nonsense. Next thing you know, defense, pressure. Got an interception. Let's do it. We're going in. We're doing all this stuff. Don't score. Great. We're back to normal. And it just progressively got worse. You guys saw the game. You guys know what happened. In retrospect, it had shot on me this entire week. That game shot on me. In the stadium, people were yelling for first downs. People were doing stuff like cheering. And I'm just sitting there like a drunk, like not a drunk uncle, but an angry dad that's going to beat his kids because they had a bad game. We don't support that. I'm just making an analogy.
Yes. It is a clear bit, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go call CPS on nude. Don't go blow him and his girl up. Okay. He will be a horrible father, as we established a couple weeks ago, but not because of that. Go ahead.
So my understanding from all this was it just wasn't my week. It wasn't going to be my week. That has been lingering. It's almost Thursday. It still has the fresh smell on it. I don't think I'm going to ever be right because that was a game we were supposed to win in a sense of like, when you see our schedule, we play the Green Bay Packers this week. We're going to get fucked. We're going to get fucked raw. Probably going to lose by 20.
Hard and long. It's not going to be fun.
21. I don't know what the spread is. I think it's probably -6 their way. But
I'll pull it up here eventually. We'll get it.
We'll figure it out. And I'm picking the Packers. I mean, you don't have to tell me. I don't think I'm going to ever pick the Steelers, even they're good, bad, or ugly. I think I'm cursed when I pick the Steelers, so I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to pick up against them just for the sake of argument to help them. Ben just looks bad. Let's not talk. The offensive line looks worse. Najee. I mean, I feel bad for Harris. I mean, the man is giving it all he can, and people are saying he's not doing as well as he is. The man had 19 targets, 14 catches, 100-something yards, and 42 rushing yards. It just shows if you put him in space,
28 fantasy points.
He's gonna do great. He's gonna do fucking awesome. So what's the problem? I just think the offensive coordination sucks. Ben sucks. The offensive line sucks. Everything sucks offensively. Defensively, we're still the best, one of the best. It's just you can't put your defense out there 75% of the time and hoping that they're going to stop anyone, especially Jamar Chase, Burrow, Joe Mixon. Sneaky good team in offense. So it's like, so what's the point? What's the point of doing all this? I think I was back to reality. Like I wasn't too high after the Bills win. I was high, but not like too high. Saying, hey, what I saw on offense in the Bills game still worried me. I was like, okay, if we beat the Raiders, if we beat the Bengals, but like handle like offensively we look good. I'll be
Right.
back on the trade. None of that happened. Everybody's
No.
gonna say Deontay was out, TJ was out. Michael,
Yep.
you're being a little bit too harsh. No, I'm not being harsh. What I saw was awful. We got a running game for a reason, and
Yep.
all you do is smash it up the middle for 2 yards every so often. You don't even try to go do a counter, a screen pass to him. Nothing. You don't do any of that shit. But yet you want to let Ben throw 50 times, hope to
Why
catch
not?
up, and do
Why
this shit
not?
again. We're doing the same. I'm on a Ferris wheel of emotions again. So,
So
and the point of this.
Go ahead, finish up, wrap up.
And this is the wrap up point. And the point of the Steelers in general, I'm going to be very pessimistic about the entire season. I'm going to be very like, even if we win this week, I'm going to be like, oh, they're going to get fucked by the Broncos next week. Like that's how I'm going to be. Because like if they win, I'm going to think it's by luck or by some God-forgiven gift, even against the Broncos.
Not by talent and pure effort. That's for
zero.
Sure.
Now here's two other two games that people think we're going to win, and I'm like, maybe it's not going to happen. The Lions, because they play tough, and
they do.
And I actually thought about this. The Minnesota Vikings, those two games that were projected to win at the beginning, and I was like, oh, that's a W. Don't even worry about it. We might lose. And there you go.
Yeah, man, it's certainly looking scary and wary, and I can totally relate right now. That's why I want to start off by asking you, how are you feeling 3 weeks in? Before I get into your Steelers here and a couple of follow-up questions, I feel like you didn't give me enough credit for that. I said 8-0 in college football, and you didn't give me enough credit. I feel like
I went into bad mo.
But can we go ahead and give me a little credit here on the wedding day?
No, oh yeah. I thought the credit was already done, but yeah, you got credit.
I mean, like, it's not enough for me. Give me a compliment. Tell me why you like hosting with me.
So I like hosting with you because you make me look better. One, number two. Number two, you kind of know what you're talking about. And number three, here's a real compliment. You are a pretty good gambler. When you put your mind to it, you could be a good gambler. But when you start shooting from the hip, which I've seen before,
right,
and you go with the so-called heart, this is not a heart game.
Right.
You kind of fuck yourself. But that's a compliment. When you use that big old noggin of yours, you got
this is fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. When I use the big old noggin of mine, go ahead.
No, you do good, aka 8-0.
You do well, but thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. It's that's all I needed to hear, buddy. And I appreciate you validating me and realizing also at the same time, deep in your heart of hearts, and that's why you said those two sarcastic compliments at first, that who the true host is here and who the true genius is.
See, now this is why I don't compliment you, because you do this shit. You do this fucking shit.
Listen, man, here's my follow-up for you for real. Okay, number one, I think you address a real thing. When you say, yes, there's these notable injuries, we have TJ out, we have all these other guys out on defense. Is there still, and we can, obviously the offense is what it is, and that's just scary as fuck. We don't even have to dive into that because I think everybody just sees it for what it is, that really listens to the show, really watches football. They see it for what it is. But I want to say that, I mean, how concerned are you with the defense right now? And is it kind of like what my team's going through, where there might be concerns? This is a shade of what we were last year.
No, so I will say this. Our defense is still pretty good because we're still top 3 in pressures. It's gonna look bad when you don't have Joe Hayden in one of those games. Yeah. So I personally don't want to. I don't want to say we're looking. Still think we're top 5. So when we figure it out, when we have the so-called you could say T.J. Watt with Aaron Donald with. What's his name, with Myles Garrett, with all those guys, is a defensive player of the year candidate. The pressure comes with it. When you don't have Highsmith and him, and you rely on Melvin Gordon, or Melvin Ingram, you're gonna look bad. And we played some guy that never played. We waived him. We waived him the next day. Like we put him on the team. He played, looked bad. We waived him the next day. So we're gonna be fine defensively. And like I said, when you do 75% of those,
hi Sam.
He's Sam's on Facebook franchise, everyone.
First ever appearance. Congratulations.
So, when you put the defense
My
out
bad,
there
Sam.
all the
I
time,
can tell you did not want to be on face of the franchise.
no,
Sorry.
she hated it. She hated it. When you put the defense on the field so many times, it's just not going to work. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're the Rams. It doesn't matter if you're the Washington football team. It doesn't matter if you're us, the Cowboys. It doesn't matter. Like, the defense is on the field, and they're going to get tired because they rush, they go hard, and they get annihilated. So, I mean, yeah, you could blame the defense, but I don't really blame them. I blame the offense for not giving them rest.
Well, almost you're kind of addressing it though at the same time too, because then there's a fear of burnout for me with my team, and I'll go ahead and I'll dive in here for a moment, if you allow me, my dear host, fellow co-host. It doesn't, for my team, it doesn't look like this defense is going to adjust from the sophomore slump right now at this current point. With that being said, I know it's still early, there's still a lot of football left to be played, but part of me is really concerned, dude, that this team seems, with all the love they got last year and everybody talking them up, is almost getting the RG3 syndrome of 2012. 2013. 2012 was an amazing year. It was fantastic. RG3 was going to send us to the promised land. He was still supposed to be quarterbacking for us now. And then you go ahead and you descend into what eventually RG3 is, and now just doing college game days. So it's starting. I don't want to say we're at that point yet, because we're not, but I'm very, and all these guys are way too talented for it to get to that point. I will 100% say that, but I'm very concerned of the lack of adjustments I see, not even from halftime, just at this, like, from what we should be doing from the jump in the game. I mean, there's things that they're literally, it's like what these guys, sometimes you see someone does to you on Madden Live, right, Nude, where they go ahead and what they do is they run the same play again and again until you prove you can stop it. And that's what teams are doing to us. That's exactly what teams are doing to us. With the Bills, it's just throw it deep all fucking day long. With the Giants, it was like, let's just run it down his throat with our quarterback. They're not adjusting. They're not biting. It's the lack of experience that is scaring the fuck out of me right now, to be very, very clear and as poignant as I can. It's something that I'm hoping we got to see. I mean, I keep saying to myself, all right, this is the week we're going to talk to ourselves. Chase is going to step up, be the leader he needs to be. Jonathan's going to step up and talk to these guys and say, hey, like, for us to be what we were last year, we have to give the same effort. We have to study just as hard. We have to work just as hard. I mean, I can't speak to what they're doing off the field or while they're in practice, which I think is just as important, as Nude, as on the field, if not more so. So it's concerning for me right now with this defense. In terms of the offense, it's kind of the same with your situation as you guys, to be honest.
Right.
It is what it is, and it's clearly, I mean, I still have a little bit of faith in Heineke, but I don't know if it's going to be the place that we obviously want it to go. Gibson is starting to worry me a little bit, even though it's still early. Yes, I know he had that 70-yard touchdown. That was a passing touchdown. And the run game, he's averaging 2.8 yards a carry right now, Nude. So it's pretty fucking worrisome. It kind of reminds me of Clinton Portis days when remember when CP, what would he do? Yeah. He would literally, you're just waiting for that one big CP run to save your ass.
Bash him. Yeah, bash him.
Exactly. So, I mean, help me out here, dude. I'm lost. I need some direction. What did you see?
So I'm going to be honest, and somebody told me this straight up, and I think I already told you this.
You told me this last show, Hunter Lipsky. Yes, I know what Hunter Lipsky said.
But it's true, though. It didn't make sense to me until I saw the schedule last year and what you guys have gone through this year. I mean, Herbert tore you up. Herbert tore you up. Josh Allen
tore us up.
You might have gotten Josh Allen to where he needed to be this season. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it like that.
Talk about a tune-up game. Yeah. Talk about a fucking tune-up game.
And to the point of the defense, like, was the defense that good? Like, that's the thing. Like, was the defense that good to begin with when they beat those backup quarterbacks and doing all this different shit? So
No, it's a fair point. And like I said, when you're trying to hide his identity last week and you didn't need to, I agree with it. I'm not offended at all. It's I'm very honest about this team always. And that's why I got a lot of people a lot of Washington football team name to be termed later date, but probably not fans that aren't a fan of me. But with that being said, man, I'm always real with this team and it's not looking good. It's not like
I'm gonna say this about the offense real quickly before I forget the
please,
point.
please.
So with Heineke, you have moxie, and I hate to say it like that. You have moxie with him more than you would have any other quarterback because he's playing like how every backup quarterback should play.
Right. Is moxie enough to be a starter now?
I don't have a tomorrow, so let me just go out here and ball as much as possible. And if I throw a pick, then whatever. It is what it is because I'm not even supposed to be out here. Blah blah blah. Now the point of Gibson, he is your second best option behind McLaurin. I don't know why you guys like to do. You guys are doing what I've seen Green Bay do a million times. I don't know if it's just the way that offense does it or whatever. Gibson should have a 75-25 split with McKissick all the time because McKissick is brought in to catch the ball. I understand that, but Gibson,
he's a third down back.
He's a converted wide receiver for a reason. Like the guy can make some fucking plays. So why not give it to him? You saw the 80-yard catch. Like, give him more balls in space. Like I told you with Najee Harris. Like, the guy is going to – if you put him in space, there is maybe – he is I hate to say it. He is what Austin Eckler is. He is what Alvin Kamara is. So
1,000%, man. And again, I think JD Best is a third down back, and you got to – and exactly like you said, that's why it needs to come down to that 7-25 split. Gibson is, again, he was called the weapon at Memphis for a reason, right? Mm-hmm. He was that dynamic guy. Because, like you said, he can catch the ball out in space. He can run decent short routes and medium routes. He can be that guy for you that can blow up and have that huge rip-off play. You used that last year. Why are we? I don't know if it's taking time for it to develop more this year, or they don't feel comfortable with it yet. But I need to see some sense of change.
I think what the problem is because you have Heineke back there, and they're being somewhat conservative, and I don't think that's the right way to make things happen. Maybe not because they are throwing deep balls, but I don't see him throwing. He's not taking a safer throw than I would like sometimes, and that just comes with experience, and he's going to find that out soon. And you guys are fine. You guys lost to two good teams. It's not like you guys lost to the Bengals, but the Bengals might be good. I don't fucking know. But my point is,
we did lose to one bad team too. We almost lost to a horrible team. They won that game. I'm not to take it from another show, what they said, but I'm going to go with that guy and go ahead and say they 100% won that game. We lost that game. That was not a win.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you guys had to win it twice, basically. So, it is what it is. I wouldn't put too much stock into it, but we do have to get on with the rest of the show. And I hope
I do like that we're not rushed this week, though. It feels much nicer. We can get a little fancy.
I do believe there's better days for both our teams. Maybe not this week. I don't know. Who do you guys have?
This week we are playing. I'm blanking. Sorry, give me a second here. Long week. Who are you guys playing this week?
We're playing the Packers. So we're going to take an L, which I'm okay with because I figured as much. So
we're playing the Falcons. That's right. So that's going to really tell me a lot in terms of what we really are. Yeah. We're not maybe so much what we really are, but if we lose this one, that will tell me what we really are. If we win, then
the Giants beat them, who you beat, and they beat them pretty handily. So I wouldn't say
Frankie. Now, Frankie's first ever face of the franchise appearance.
No, he's been on a couple of times, I think.
Yeah, that's their cameos, brief cameos.
But, I mean, Falcons is a good pickup game. But anyways,
we
will see what happens.
Let's talk about the longest kick in history, dude. Legatron is the new dud king of the world.
I don't know why Listen, we can give him all these superlatives. He is I hate to say it, he is a Raven that I kind of respect. I mean, let's be honest. Like, the dude just comes in and kicks. No, I've said it before. He comes in and just kicks the ball. Like, he comes in and kicks the ball perfectly. He wins games. I'm pretty sure if they didn't have him, their winning percentage would be shit. Like, since they drafted him, he has been the best kicker. I don't know about all time because I mean, it's hard to put not putting Adam Vinatieri after all those kicks in the Super Bowl because I mean, you have to have ice in your veins in the Super Bowl. So, and I'm not saying that, but he's right there. If he does a lot more than Jesus Christ, why can't he be the best? So.
I think that argument, I've been seeing that come up a lot this week, and I'm definitely leaning towards the side of Tucker. You got to respect the hell out of what he's done. Highest, most accurate kicking percentage of all time so far too, and I think he's going to keep it that way. Yeah, you got to respect that, man, and hats on you. Good job, dude, for going ahead and
I won't compliment anybody else. Let's just say that, but I'll compliment Tucker because I mean, Jesus. I'm pretty sure outside of a couple of kicks, I think he owns like maybe two longest kicks maybe in history. I don't know. I could be making that up, but
another legend that popped up this week though, that we have to talk about. Are you running to the waiver wire? Are you ready to go get him? You gotta lock him down right now. He's on the best offense of all time. Out of rehab once again.
Oh my
Josh
God.
Gordon. Is this finally the year?
I mean, he can't get busted for smoking weed, so it's now or never for that guy. So he is on the last place Chiefs. So he
on the last place Chiefs.
So he should have went to a contender if he wants to win a Super Bowl. But you know, everybody's got to go when they got to go. So, but my point is, this is just like a Chiefs thing to do. You know, let's get a guy who basically has nothing left to prove. Hardman, Robinson, all these guys that they drafted are not a good second option. It's basically Kelsey and Hill at this point, and our favorite running back of all time, CEH, who is just nothing. So, I mean,
by the way, trade looking pretty good. Trade looking pretty good in our league.
We'll let you throw your roses later, buddy. But in my opinion, this was a good move to see. I mean, low risk, high reward. So why not try it with the best quarterback of our generation? Maybe. I put a maybe because the GOAT is still playing.
What is going on today? Man, you know I take that.
No.
You're going to be a wonderful father. You're going to be a wonderful father. I'm sorry.
My point is like Tom Brady's still playing. So I can't, when Tom Brady's done, we can discuss who can be better than him later. But yeah, I mean, Josh Gordon, if he can't do it here, he can't do it anywhere, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, it's kind of I hope he finally does it. I mean, it's like, this is what it must feel like to have a child that's a drug addict that just, continues the same cycle again and again and keeps smoking that weed. Or let's say, let's use a better example, a kid that's addicted to RuneScape, for example, and that's what they do their whole entire life. And they say they're going to get off RuneScape, and they never really do and make something out of their lives, because I felt like the first example was a little too close to home. Anyway, so with that being said,
Jesus Christ.
With that being said, I've been cheering for this guy, and he continues to let me down. I get all excited, Josh, this is finally your year, you're gonna get your shit together, and he lets me down. So this is kind of Josh's last chance to finally make a name and get a legacy that's outside of what he was known for.
Right. So good luck to you, Josh. And now, for a guy who probably should have never gone back, but the team said they did their due diligence, aka Tom Brady gave him a call. Richard Sherman to the Bucs.
That's all you need to do these days.
Richard Sherman to the Bucs. Now, I understand the move because they are decimated at DB. They are decimated. Like, I'm pretty sure they're as bad in DB as the Ravens are in running backs. Like, they have that many injuries. So, who does Tom Brady know? Richard Sherman. Everybody knows the famous picture of Richard Sherman handing his hand out and Tom Brady not shaking it. He's going like this at the Super Bowl. So why not team up with our tribal and try to win another Super Bowl? I don't know if it's going to work out as well as people think. They said they did their due diligence with the whole case. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but we'll see what happens. They did it with AB, and it seems like it worked out. So why not?
Congratulations, Richard. Great job. Yada, yada, yada. I guess all you need these days is, if you're a player that's that old veteran, you just need to call from Tommy. Beef or no beef, beef squashed. Good luck. I don't have much more to say. It's just another all-star team putting more all-stars to their team.
Yeah, Monstars, baby. All right, ready? You ready to go?
Let's do it, man. Let's go ahead. Let's fire in. It is are Week 4's disappointments,
Week 3,
the surprises, and games of the week,
Week 3.
a.k.a. Week 3.
There you go. All right. So let's start off with let me start off with my disappointment because I wanted it to actually be a topic. So Bears Browns. We were all ready to watch the Justin Field experience. A lot of people wanted to have the hot take saying that he's better than Lawrence, than Lance. He's the best quarterback in the draft. The Bears have
some of us were so sure about that they even started him in fantasy this week.
Yeah. A lot of people picked them against the spread, plus 7.5. They're like, no way a team with that could lose when the Browns are reeling, kind of. I mean, they almost lost to the Texans, yada, yada, yada. Not forgetting that the Browns do this shit from time to time. Anyways. Joey, if I told you, guess how many yards a Justin Fields offense with a so-called genius like Matt Nagy calling the plays got, how many yards do you think that offense would have?
Certainly more than 47 fucking yards, Michael Shanuti. Certainly more than 47 fucking yards.
So if you add in the sack yardage, they netted 1 yard. A yard. I'm pretty sure you and me could put pads on right now, and we could gain a yard. In the NFL, like, we could gain a yard. Anybody. My blind fucking... There's a blind guy out there that could do it.
Every blind guy out there could do it. It does not matter. A dog could do it. Air squirrel could do it.
Now, I'm not taking away anything from the Browns. The Browns did what they had to do. They crushed the team that they were supposed to crush. They did what they had to do. They saw the opportunity. They didn't let off from the gas. Congratulations, Myles Garrett. Probably up there with the defensive player of the years. Like I said, enough with the Browns because I really want to get to the Bears. In what fucking world do you put a rookie quarterback out there and put a 40-year-old LT named Jason Peters to block Myles Garrett? It's not going to work. That is like putting me against Myles Garrett. Might as well give Myles Garrett all the sacks. That's one. Number two, that offense looked inept as fuck. Either he did it on purpose or he was just trying to prove that Justin Fields sucks. Like, literally, he was trying to prove Justin Fields sucks. Or number two, he's just like, oh, I guess I can't play call. He really probably did it on purpose. He probably, I don't know what else. I was going to say a second option, but that was so bad. Literally, I think that was the only option. Like, you have Allen Robinson, you have Darnell Mooney, you have Jimmy Graham, you have Cole Kmet, you have David fucking Montgomery, and you're telling me the guy only gets one net fucking yard? That doesn't make fucking sense to me. Now, if Matt Nagy loses this week and he's not fired, I am promising you, if you're a Bears fan, you should go to Chicago and protest. Because even the Steelers with the fucking quarterback who trips over air got more than 1 fucking yard. I'm sorry. And that's not good. You have a rookie quarterback who is fucking amazing, who has potential to be one of the best, I think, in that offense if you do it correctly. We've said it multiple times. Allen Robinson could be a top 10 wide receiver if he had just a good quarterback. He was a top 10 wide receiver without a good quarterback. He played with Blake Bortles, Nick Foles, Mitch Trubisky. And I want to say something right now. Everybody shut the fuck up for 2 seconds. Mitch Trubisky deserves another chance. Like Sam Darnold did with Gase. Because Mitch Trubisky could have been something. The dude went 12-4. Probably did well. But we're over here saying, oh, Mitch Trubisky was the problem. Now reality sits in and says, oh, shit, maybe it was Matt Nagy. Maybe this bird for fucking brains doesn't know how to call a fucking offense that doesn't involve Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill. Oh, who would have guessed it? Who would have guessed it, Joe? Who would have guessed that a team without Patrick Mahomes wouldn't work the same way? Like, are you kidding me?
It was a big shocker to me, I'll tell you that.
That's why I was disappointed. Because of the Bears. Congratulations, Browns. You did what you had to do, but God damn it, did the Bears make it easy?
Yeah, man, it was pretty fucking embarrassing. I didn't realize when you added the sack yardage, you only get literally 1 yard. The Browns, yeah, you can say what you want. They are a hot team. You're right. It's on the chopping block, man. It's time to really look yourself in the mirror, Matt Nagy, and say, am I as good as I think I am? Am I as good as I am capable as I think I am? Because right now, dude, very fair to say, What if Mitch Trubisky shocks the world and starts starting for the Bills and turns out better than Josh Allen, and it was Nagy that was holding him back this whole entire time?
And that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Like, Matt Nagy might have been the reason we don't see Mitch Trubisky up there with Deshaun Watson, RIP, and fucking Patrick Mahomes.
Now, what I want to get into here, Nude, is, and my disappointment of the week is similar to you, where it comes in from a form of frustration. It seems like the theme of this week, especially where you have the Belichick and the Brady's reuniting, that QB and coach relationships are coming up a whole lot. And one that we certainly continue to hear about, and I don't know if it's dynamic once a QB and a coach become successful with each other, you win a couple Super Bowls, and then it's like you can't work together anymore. I don't know what happens there, where the turmoil gets created, but that's exactly what we saw this past Sunday in Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks, man. It was, I mean, you could tell he was on a leash, and you could tell if you could put the hate tension on screen between between Pete and Russell Wilson, I mean, it was just impalpable, man. It was just,
I just don't understand.
Not on the same page whatsoever.
I don't understand. Like, do these coaches really have this big of an ego? Like Bill Belichick with Tom Brady, like Peyton Manning with Jim Caldwell didn't really have a problem with Peyton. Peyton just had to be released because of his neck, and Andrew Luck was there. Point is, some of these coaches have too big of an ego to say, oh, maybe this Hall of Fame fucking quarterback is the reason why I'm having success. And maybe you should treat the Hall of Fame quarterback like a fucking quarterback or a fucking guy of the team. Not like because, oh, I'm the coach, I know what I'm doing. Aaron Rodgers has been preaching it for years. Like, the Packer organization would be in shambles without him. I don't care what Jordan Love's is. But Russell Wilson is in that category. The Seahawks would be shit without him.
And you see that more in newer coaches that are learning to adapt with their quarterback and work with their quarterback. I think a great example is what we see right now in the Rams, in Stafford and McVay. You see a clear, great relationship. Now, yes, that hasn't been going as long, yada, yada. I understand all that. And some could argue that Aaron Rodgers has a pretty good relationship over there with his head coach. But it for me, what really gets it, and I mean, LaFleur being the younger coach as well. But what gets me is it just seems like it's this old school mindset that some of these old school coaches still have, and it's in the Carroll and Belichick mindset. I just don't understand. They should have easily won that game. They shouldn't be dinking and dunking. You have the two best wide receiver tandems, in my opinion, in the NFL. It's just
statistically through
you got there, baby.
Through those 2 weeks, they were the best. They were the fucking best. Like, Tyler Lockett was burning people. DK Metcalf was doing DK Metcalf stuff. But to the other 2 games, the ones that they even won, they disappear. Like, they disappear in the second half. They let these teams come back. I don't understand. I might bet the second half against them all the time, against the spread for the Seahawks, because that's just terrible. Like, that is just terrible what they're doing. So.
Yeah, it's the second week in a row we did this. I had Hawks in a couple of parlays, and they definitely hurt me, man. But who you got over here? Who shocked you this week? Who surprised you, dude?
Man.
Who took you back, buddy?
Viva Las fucking Vegas.
Baby. Viva Las Vegas.
So they take on the Ravens. They beat them. We don't know if the Steelers are good, but they beat them too. They go play the Dolphins with Jacoby Brissett. And Brisket. And they think,
they slow cooked that brisket. Let me tell you right now, they slow cooked that brisket, and it came out right. It came out.
We might have a quarterback controversy in Miami because Jacoby looked.
I don't think there's
better.
I think at this point
he looked way better than Tua. One, number two, Mike Gesicki finally was used, and he looked like a beast, like I thought he was, because he's an athletic fucking freak and he could do this thing. But now let me go to Vegas. Now Vegas has Derek Carr. Everybody's like, Derek Carr this, Derek Carr that. John Gruden hates him. Derek Carr hates him, whatever. What I saw, what is that?
Oh, I was just saying my phone died like 5 minutes ago on the show, and then it turned back on. Anyway, keep going.
So, with Derek Carr, you would think, he's just going to throw it to Waller after the Monday night game. No, they have some studs. They have Henry Ruggs is coming. Hunter Renfrow might be the second coming of the slot receiver that is just absolutely insanely good that will have.
By the way,
their
I'll say it
hands.
again, and I'll say it later in the show. Fucking pick up Hunter Renfrow. Why do
Oh
we have
my
to do this
God.
every goddamn year? He's owned still less than 10% of the leagues. I've been telling you since week 1. Pick up Hunter Renfrow. Pick up Hunter Renfrow. Pick up Hunter.
Every quarterback has their safety blanket, and we thought it was Waller. I think it might be Renfrow. It might be Renfrow.
I mean, you saw the memes this week. I know you did, or all the different clips of, oh, it's third down. Don't worry, baby. You just get the Renfrow, and he'll go. You have third down. That's real cute. Let Hunter Renfrow go ahead and get you the first down. We've been seeing that all week. He's unstoppable for us right now.
That's all you need. And the funny part is about all this is that they're doing this with style. Like, they're beating them on defense. They're beating them on offense. Yes, the Dolphins fought back. That's what I'm trying to say. This was a great game because the Dolphins didn't lay down. The Dolphins could have been like, we're in Vegas. Let's just whatever. We're going to lose this game, blah, blah, blah. We don't have our quarterback. We have some injuries, da, 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 da. That game came down to overtime, and it didn't win. Like, it didn't go over. Like, it was like a couple possessions. Like, people, They were fighting each other. They were doing great. It came down to another Dan Carlson field goal, who might be the second best kicker in the NFL behind Tucker. He just is automatic. Like, he is hitting field goal after field goal. So the Raiders are now undefeated. They go play the Chargers, which is another team that that's a darling team. Everybody's picking to be like a contender and blah, blah, blah.
Well, now that they beat the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
That was
go ahead.
That was my big thing this week. That was my big thing this week, man, was that same thing with the Chargers, since you went ahead and brought them up. I mean, the Raiders, I think they're legitimate, and I think they're going to go ahead and they're going to take a playoff run at this point. I really believe that. I think they've shown everybody that they have a real shot. You can argue, like those couple games were all in overtime, but it was in overtime against great teams. And I think this team is pretty legitimate. I also think Jacoby Brissett is going to be able to make this Dolphins team find the magic they had last year. I think Gaskins is going to get filled back up, and they're going to be okay, Dolphins fans. Don't you fret on that. But what's shocked about this week and took me back is now, for the most part, everybody is on the Justin Herbert bandwagon. Not saying that they weren't before. In fact, a lot of NFL insiders or the fans that snort NFL and football for a living were all on that already and already saw it coming, right? Especially if you had it on your parlay this weekend. I did. Then you were good to go. But I was just mere surprised and shocked with the people that were surprised that the Chargers won this game. Listen, the defense on the Chiefs is terrible. They cannot to use the me and you classic reference that we always like to use on this show, they cannot fucking tackle me or you to save their goddamn life. We're averaging 5 yards a carry. Sorry, Chiefs fans. Come at me. Do what you want to fucking do. It was horrible. It was embarrassing. Next up, once again, you need to fix your own line. You have the best quarterback in the fucking league right now in terms of overall talent right now. He is the best quarterback in terms of talent right now in the league. You can't buy him an O-line? I understood you shelled out a lot of money to the Honey Badger, who's not looking like...
No, they did. No. Okay. I got to stop you right there, because we can't come in here with false facts.
Where did I go false? Where did I go flat?
They did spend.
I was reminded over the weekend how I spelled false in college was flat. Anyway.
They did spend money on the offensive line. They spent money on on one side. So
yeah, fine. Okay, fair.
Joe Tooney and Orlando Brown, you could say 2 Pro Bowlers, 2 All-Pros. They tried. They're trying, and they have a guy who came back. So, and here's the deal. Here's the crux of it. And I'm gonna correct you on this. I think the Chiefs' offense has been figured out. I think it's figured out now. I think it was cute the last 2-3 years. I think it's kind of figured out a little bit that you cover Tyreek Hill and then you just let Kelsey do his thing, but not too much. Like, he gets his touchdown, 100 yards, blah, blah, blah. They can't run the ball with CEH, so it's done. Yeah. Like, I think now it is what it is. Like, I hate to say it like that, but I think it is what it is.
Credit's due where credit's due, and there is no credit due for this Chiefs offense in the last couple of weeks because, they couldn't cover, and now they definitely doesn't seem like they can confidently score with their reliable weapons because – they've been figured out. They've been stumped. I mean, that's why you're having these close games. And are you getting to this point too, Noob, where is Patrick? No. Is there a limit with Patrick? Is there a limit we're firing fine with Patrick where?
So Patrick is doing Patrick things. let's not kid ourselves and say Patrick might. Are you saying he's limited in a sense of what he can do?
No, not in limited sense of what he can do, but in terms of, are we going to see those continued big plays that we used to see? Is he going to get away with those as much? Are they going to be able to?
Not as much.
Right, and that's what I'm hinting at here. I think you made an excellent point, and that's kind of where that point led me to. Was I just think you're absolutely, you hit the nail on the head, in my opinion. You're absolutely correct. I think the defense is another thing that needs to be addressed as well. I still don't think
sucks.
They should be happy with that O-line whatsoever. I don't think the money they shelled out is really working. Oh, we got a shirtless nude on the podcast.
Oh, you saw that? Jeez.
I saw that.
I gotta get ready for kickball.
Oh, we gotta be what time's the game?
There you go, franchise listeners, huh?
Well, what time's the game?
At 8:45, but we're drinking before, so I'm gonna get a little slosh.
I love it. What's the current team record right now?
We're 1-1. The loss was a forfeit because we didn't have players. So.
That sucks.
Yeah, but it is what it is. We killed the other team. We killed them 15-2.
Beautiful, baby. So. That's all I need to hear. That's all right. So that L doesn't even count, and we're still playoff bound. I love to hear that.
I think when you win a game, you go. But anyways, continue. Enough of my team.
Yeah, I lost it. I was just pretending to care. So with that being said, what I do love, but go Noob's kickball team. But what I do love this week, game of the week for me was, and this was just simply a great game, man, against two great teams. Little Sunday night football. Beautiful, beautiful game. Aaron Rodgers still coming in through clutch. I think, again, for anybody that was doubting, anybody that was hating, Aaron Rodgers is still here. He's still playing at that MVP level. Everybody can shut the fuck up and calm down now. But we can also say the 49ers are legitimate, dude. The 49ers are a legitimate threat. I think that they're back.
I haven't beaten the Seahawks this week. We'll get into it, but I haven't beaten the Seahawks.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. What I'm assuming would likely be a dog. I haven't checked the lines this week, but they look legitimately that creative offense they were in 2019. I'm excited to see where they go, dude.
I'm excited too, dude. I think you're talking about your game of the week was the Packers and 49ers and how Aaron Rodgers, you give him 20 seconds and it's too much. I think him, Tom Brady, those type of dudes, you don't give them anything. You don't give them any sort of time. You run the ball. You run the ball, score with like 1 second left. Like, don't even give him a chance. Like, not one chance. But yeah, that's going to be a learning experience because I definitely think the 49ers and the Packers will see each other again in the playoffs. There you go, 49ers playoff team. That is Schnoody's hot take after 3 weeks. But
I don't think it's a hot take, but sure.
After 3 weeks, yeah.
It's not a classic Joe steaming hot pile of takes, but I don't mind it. But what was your game of the week this week, dude? Who'd you like? Who'd you love? What do we get down with?
So let's be honest. I just picked the chalk. I picked Bucks Rams. Probably the preview to the championship.
One of the few games, and I'll just be honest with our face of the franchise listeners, that I was able to watch because my ass was trying to get out of Jersey for about 6 hours while I retraced my steps of a very blurry wedding and eventually had to give it and have keys be made. But I was able to stream on the Yahoo app, shout out Yahoo, and watch this game. It was a good one.
So let's be honest. I mean, sometimes the chalk is the chalk for a reason, right? I mean, it was good from beginning to end. I mean, we saw chinks in the armor. We saw chinks in the armor for the Bucks. We saw the Rams maybe be the best team in the NFL. We don't know. I mean, it's after 3 weeks, but I mean, you can make the points that they are the best team in the NFL. Stafford is looking good. My MVP pick is looking better and better. 9 touchdowns, 1 interceptions through 3 weeks. Cooper Kupp is the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy.
Right now, you're
what more do you need from the Rams?
Again, breakfast buddies, man. Breakfast buddies. Once I heard breakfast buddies, I was on board with your call. I mean, 100%. You get breakfast with the partner. That makes a partnership strong into decades. Exactly. Again, let's start getting breakfast. I can get up at 5 a.m. with you. Just let me know where we're eating, and I'll be there, baby.
Sounds good. I'll make eggs and steak next time.
All right, fair enough. So, with that being said, let's go ahead. Let's visit my favorite part of the week. Let's go on down to the gambling corner. Nude, we will have official
No,
check-ins.
you missed one.
I'll do fantasy at the end. We'll do fantasy at the end because I'm ready to
Okay,
do
sounds
the corner
good.
right now. I want to get these off real quick, then we'll finish off with our fantasy. I think we actually did it this way last year. So anyway,
All right. Anyways, go ahead.
nobody
Let's figure
cares
it out.
but us. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk
Barn burner.
this week.
Start
Week
off with
4.
the barn burner.
We will go week 4 gambling corner, and we also, by the way, before we get to the Thursday night game, we will have the 25% halfway through the season check-in of our records, see where we're at, see where Newt is, see where I am. With that being said, we do have the dumpster fire game of the week. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars going to see the Cincinnati Bengals. -7.5. The Bengals are favored. Over under is 46. Nude, who you like, who you love.
Well, I'm gonna be petty. I'm gonna pick the Jaguars because of what happened last week. But whatever, I'll pick it. I'm gonna
Just
pick
taking
the
a
over.
loss, taking it on the chin here. I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the over. I don't know. These Thursday, Monday night, Sunday night games have been sneakily pretty good. Even though you look at them and you're just like, oh, this team should beat this team and yada yada yada. But like at the same time, like they get scored. These teams can score. So I'm gonna go over.
All right, I like it. A ballsy over there. I don't know if I'm completely on board. However, over hit last week, and I ate it on that one. I went here. I gotta go. I gotta go Bengals. I'm not as bitter. In fact, I don't care whatsoever.
That's fine. That's
so
fine.
I'm gonna go ahead, go Bengals -7.5, and I'm gonna go under here. You gotta go under in this game.
All right, that's fine.
Next game up is. And by the way, in case everybody missed it, my tie pick did not work out between the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles. Who would have thunked it? Who would have thunked it? And I almost don't even want to pick this game, but of course I forced Nude to pick the Steelers, so I'm going to have to pick this game as well. We have the Washington football team named to be determined later date.
Wait, this is easier than my game. This is easier than my game this week.
Going to Dirty ATL, I do appreciate that. I think this is going to be a Nude and Joe on the same page. The way these defenses are playing, it's got to go ahead and be an over 47.5, and I'm taking the Washington football team and determine later date. Once again this week, please don't let me down at -1.5. Begrudgingly,
hit the horn. Hit the horn.
Taking them. Huh?
Hit the horn. Same page. Hit the horn.
Newt and Joe on the same page. Next game up is going to be the Detroit Lions led by the Dirty Dan Campbell, and they're going to go see Chicago Bears. -3, the Chicago Bears are. Over under is 41.5. Nude. Who you like, who you love?
See, this is an under. Because no matter who the quarterback is, I feel like Matt Nagy's going to fuck up anyway. So I'm hoping they fuck up terribly. So I hope the Lions win.
By the way, do you like how Matt Nagy's been coaching, dude? Do you think he's been doing a good job?
So Matt Nagy might be the worst coach I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've seen
whoa.
Adam
There's
Gates.
a little guy named Gates that's screaming his lungs out.
I'd say Adam Gates. I'd say Adam Gates than him. They're the same tree. Like it's different poops. Like one is diarrhea and one is like the smelly ass one. So
right, one's the little fluffy one, some's the corn one. No, I got what you're saying here. Good poop comp.
So Lions. This is for all my Bears fans. You want this to happen. Lions money line and the under. Because if they lose, I think Matt Nagy's fired.
And we have a back-to-back. Newt and Joe on the same page. That I don't like whatsoever. Next up is going to be the Tennessee Titans versus the New York Jets. Tell your Titans guy he may want to skip this part. I don't think he's going to like what I have to say. We're going to
Why do you always go for the Titans? Like, let the Titans be, man. Jesus Christ.
First of all, was I not last year and the year before when we first started the show all about the Titans?
You were on the Titans with me, but like, what happened? Like, you just jumped ship. Like, Jesus.
Oh, I am on a completely different train, and it's going all the way up to New York. It's going to New York. I just came from the Jersey Shore. I basically unacquainted. I got a tan. I hung out with Pauly D. We did our thing. I got Snooki pregnant. I did all you had to do in the Jersey Shore, which, by the way, you talk to them there, they fucking hate that shit. They hate that shit.
No
Plus 7. The New York Jets are. Over under is 44. I got in Joe's dog of the week.
New York
Jets. And Zach Wilson are shocking the world in a over game.
Over game. I'll take the over. Yeah, the over is fine. I'll take the over. Now, the Titans are going to miss probably A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. But it's the New York Jets. They suck. I'm going to take the Titans, no matter who's playing, and the line, and they're going to beat them handily. I don't care. They still have Derrick Henry.
Michael Carter, Zach Wilson breakout game. I'm calling it right here on Face of the Franchise. Don't forget who said it.
All right, next. Jesus. Man.
Cleveland Browns, Minnesota Vikings. My Minnesota Vikings are at home. It is plus 2.5. Over under is 51.5. Nude, who you like, who you love.
Man, the Vikings have been playing great football. I think they're just unlucky. I might pick the money line. I'm going to take Vikings money line. I think if they're at home and they get Baker on a bad week, Vikings money line, and then
is that your dog of the week?
No, my dog of the week is coming. But damn, I'm going to go under. We're going to go under. I think the defenses are that good. So give me under.
And if you haven't noticed a theme so far with my picks, you will here. I'm going to go ahead and go, I think almost every single NFC North team is going to win this week, including the Cleveland Browns.
Wait, I already did my dog. I picked the Lions. That's the biggest dog I can pick. There you go.
Yeah, no, yes, you did do your dog of the week. Go Dan Campbell and the Lions go. That is fair. You did do your dog of the week. With that being said, I got to go minus 2.5 Cleveland Browns here. I got to go over. I think this is the easiest over of all time. Go pick it up. I would honestly, if you can get it boosted, I would do like 60, dude.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Next game up, we have the Indianapolis Colts. And speaking of a very obvious over game, here's a very obvious under game in the last Indianapolis Colts versus the Miami Dolphins.
Yuck.
Gross, ew, game of the week.
They're picking the Dolphins in the under, right?
Nude and Joe on the same page. Next game.
Just go. Yep.
Carolina Panthers versus the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys are minus 4.5. Over under is 50.5. Nude, who you like, who you love.
Panthers money line. Now there's your dog of the week.
Yeah! That is
Panthers
a Nude
money
and
line.
Joe dog of the week.
I know. Don't take whatever you saw with the Eagles. Whatever happened on Monday night happened. Panthers are a lot stronger defensively than the Eagles, and they don't have and I'm sorry, they're going to run the ball, unlike the Eagles, which I didn't understand, and the over's going to hit. Chuba Hubbard's going to look good, so there you go.
Yeah, Chubby Hoobie's finally going to blossom. He's finally going to explode. I think the Panthers look fantastic here. By the way, the 3-0 Panthers, Nude, look fantastic here. Easy dog of the week. One of Newt and Joe dog of the week right here, plus 170. And what you give me on the over under? Sorry, I missed that, buddy. I was looking at something real quick. What you have for the over under?
Over. I said over.
You got the over?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go under here. So I don't want Newt and Joe on the same page here. I have Panthers money line. I have the under. With that being said, next up, we got to go ahead and we have the New York Giants versus the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints are minus 7 at home. Over under is 41.5. And another gross game of the week. What do you got, Nude?
Give me the under and then give me the Saints money line. I think Saints they're just going to pummel them, I think.
So why not take Giants plus 7.5?
Did I say money line? It's Giants, Saints spread. Saints spread. Brain was not working on that one.
Hey, it happens. We all have our brain farts, but we pick ourselves back up and recover. That's what we do on the face of the franchise. That's what we do when we are not on the same page here. Although I do believe the Saints cover, I believe it is a weird over game, dude. I believe it's a weird over game here at 41.5. Next game up, it is the Kansas City Chiefs. They are going to be hunting for the Philadelphia Eagles. They are going into Philadelphia, and they're going to be hunting for the Philadelphia Eagles. Plus 7 are the Philadelphia Eagles. Over under is 54.5. Dude, you know I'm going to ask who you like, who you love.
So, over for sure, and this is the get right game for the Chiefs. So give me the Chiefs. I don't think Andy Reid is going to lose 3 straight. That's just not going to happen. So give me Andy Reid and the boys to cover.
Yeah, I think they finally cover. I think they're finally tired of all the talk. They've heard it. They know what's going on, and they're ready to get us all to shut the fuck up.
Revenge game too, if you want to do it again. Revenge game for Andy Reid. There you go.
Nude and Joe on the same page. That is the third Nude and Joe on the same page, different from our Nude and Joe dog of the week. I know you're all keeping track at home. Next up, we have the Houston Texans going to see the Buffalo Bills, minus 16.5. The Buffalo Bills are. Good God almighty, good God almighty. Over under is 47. Nude, who you like, who you love.
If they didn't beat you guys down, I would have picked the Texans. But I think now the Bills are back on track. So give me the Bills and the over.
Give me the Texans to cover and the over 16.5. Nude, come on. It's a professional
Dude,
football
you guys
league.
unlocked him. You unlocked fucking Josh Allen again. I don't know.
We unlocked Dark Horse MVP once again. We definitely did. We definitely got him up to that next level, 1,000%. If he was working on turning Super Saiyan for all my Dragon Ball Z fans, he officially got to Super Saiyan this past week. Fuck us, fuck me. Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams are seeing each other this week. Arizona Cardinals are heading into LA, minus 4.5. The Rams are over under 55. This is easily everybody's game of the week. Who's going to take over this division? Both undefeated, both 3-0. Nude. Everybody wants to know who you like, who you love.
Rams are playing the best football out of anybody right now. Until I see a chink in their armor, I'm picking them to cover every single game. And whatever game they're in, they're hitting the over. And they're playing against the Arizona Cardinals, who I also pick for their overs all the time. So this game is going to be points.
And the Cardinals are playing fantastic football. They're winning games. They're unstoppable right now. It doesn't matter what happens. Kyler Murray figures out a way to win. I'm going Cardinals money line. I'm going over points, Nude. We are on the same page there. I think we'll be on the same page here. Seattle Seahawks are going to San Francisco to see the 49ers, minus 3. I know you have a little piece on this game. Over under 52. Who you like, who you love?
49ers, and the under. Actually, shockingly, under.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm very back and forth on this game. I want to pick the Hawks so bad. My heart loves picking the Hawks. I made a ton of money picking the Hawks.
No, you don't.
Fourth Nude and Joe on the same page of the week.
That's what I thought.
Fourth Nude and Joe on the same page of the week. We're back there, buddy. Let's finish it out strong. Let's go ahead and let's get in our Super Saiyan mode. Next up, 425 game. We have the Baltimore Ravens going to see the Denver Broncos. It's a pick'em. It is a pick'em because we do have an undefeated Bronco team on our hands.
And they look good. And the Ravens don't look good. So.
And over under 45. Who do you like? Who you love?
Under. And is it in Denver or Baltimore?
It's in Denver.
I'm gonna regret it because people are gonna be like, "You just picked them because you hate the Ravens." But
100%. This is totally a biased pick, and I get it.
Broncos spread. I mean, Broncos are playing good. Broncos spread. Let's try it.
For any. You'll notice I haven't picked the Cowboys and will not pick the Cowboys all year. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not as biased in this team. In this situation, I got to go Ravens. I'm sorry. There's finally going to be a drop-off point for the Broncos.
Justin Tucker can't hit 66-yard field goals every single time. So
that's fine. Lamar will go ahead and rush for 150 yards and be the best quarterback of all time.
Yeah, okay.
So let's go ahead.
I might actually put my money where my – no, I'm not going to do that. That's actually bad. I was going to start the Broncos defense. I was going to say I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and start the Broncos defense in fantasy. I'd rather kill myself. I'm actually doing pretty good in every league. I'm doing pretty good. Like all my teams have wins. I have a lot of teams 2-1 or 3-0.
Yep.
So
We're moving. You're a top-tier dangerous threat right now in the Forgotten Goonies League. Everybody's talking about it. Who's this new guy who's both a Ligma that's coming in? Nobody actually gets it except for, like, maybe me and Anthony. But with that being said, yeah, you're coming in strong. You're doing your thing. Much respect. Right now, Blood Orgy Christmas Critters took a couple bumps in the road, but I believe we've never started out this bad, so I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. We're going to come back strong.
On record, you did a great trade. There you go. It's in auto recording. This is in here. You did a great trade. I don't care what anybody says.
Thank you very much, my partner in crime that makes Face of the Franchise happen. We couldn't do it without you. I appreciate that. Look at that. I can be complimented too. I shocked the world. Yes, George Kittle's working out. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is gonna. That last week was his best week. He's not gonna do it again. And Kyle
Now I'm
Pitts is a
regretting it.
bust.
Now I'm regretting it. Now we're like 5 minutes over. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, you're gonna be hammered by the time we finish the show. With that being with that being said, next up,
Sunday night, right?
Nude, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers trying to get their shit together. It's all those girls out there. They keep beating that dude. He's gonna figure it out. I promise you, he has his life together. He's gotta get out of his mom's basement.
Over because the Packers scored 45 points. They went in a rout. Pittsburgh is dead. We're all dead. We're 1-3. Good luck against the Broncos. Hopefully it all works out. I'm here for you. I'm going to watch the game habitually. It's going to be bad. You ever go somewhere and you know things are going to be shit, but you have to go anyways? Because, like, you have to. You're going someplace where you're going to either get beat up, you're going to get robbed, you gotta do it because, like, your friend asked. Right. That's how I feel about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to watch it because I'm your friend. I'm your best friend. I'm the only one in your corner. I'm saying this because I love you. Fucking figure it out.
You're talking like Ben Roethlisberger's right there with you in the car right now. Listen,
I might kill him. If Ben Roethlisberger was in this car right now, I might shoot him in the knees.
You may go to jail, but at least Ben wouldn't be playing this.
I don't give a you know what? It's bad when I'm asking for Dwayne Haskins. It's bad when I'm asking for Dwayne Haskins. It's super bad. Like when people are joking, saying, "Oh, Cam Newton might be a Steeler," I'm kind of shaking my head like, "Yeah, that might not be a bad option." Like that's what's going through my brain. I have no more cells in my brain because of this team. I think Cam Newton's better than Ben Roethlisberger at this point. I'm losing it.
This is the fourth Nude and Joe on the same page of the week. Sunday night, we have the Tampa Bay. I'll allow us to move on from that. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is everybody's. If you are a chalk fan, if you are just your walk along, string along, fuck along, Sally, then yes, this is your favorite game of the week. I really don't think it's actually that big a game.
Box.
It's a Bucks in a fucking route. Take them minus 19.
They could have had it at 16 like the fucking Bills. I'm taking the Bucks. They're going to fuck
1,000%. Nude and Joe on the same page. That's the fifth Nude and Joe on the same page of the week. And finally,
over.
Over. That's at 49. I didn't say it. The true game of the week, in my opinion, this
is going to be a great game.
It's going to be fantastic. You're going to have Eli and Peyton, who should call every. Are you enjoying that as much as I am, Michael Schnuder?
It's doing all right. I enjoy it.
I was going to say, when I talk to you about it, you don't get too geeked. You don't seem too
it's not like people see, the thing is with the internet, people, when they do stuff like this, like when something is good, they hype it to a place where it's like, all right, calm down. Like, it's okay. Like,
fair.
It's good, but like, calm down. Like, and it kind of makes turns you off a little bit. You know what I mean? So
what I will say is this could open the door for, like, now we have to have every style of this for other players that may not be as good as the Manning brothers are at doing this. And they're not good either, by the way. It's because of their shitty style. They interrupt each other all the time.
That's it. That's all it is. And it's everybody sucking them off because of it. And it's just like, all right, man, like it's like funny. It's kind of like I'm chuckling, but like relax. Like, and of course, the biggest story was LeBron saying his high school quarterback was shit. Like, come on. Well,
it could be the bit right. That was the best.
This guy. It's football season. This guy is getting his dick sucked still. I don't understand.
Think of it like this. Eventually, the bit's gonna burn out, right? Like some Face of the Franchise listeners may say the Lamar and Patrick Mahomes bit has burned out a little bit. We disagree, but some may say that.
I'm gonna until you admit like actual death to Lamar, I have to keep going. Like, I have to bury. Like, you realize that.
1,000. I mean, and I have no choice but to remind you how idiotic you are and how out of pocket you are and how little.
I only put you in the. It was like Step Brothers. I put you in the graves, but you raised up, and I'm like, zombie, and I'm trying to hit you. So There you go.
Listen, again, it's like trying to raise that kid that's a drug addict, and you're trying to get him out of the cycle of abuse.
Why is it always drugs with you? Anyways, go to the game of the week.
I wonder why it's the first thing I go to.
Go to the game of the week.
We have the Las Vegas Raiders going to see the San Diego Chargers, but they're playing in LA for some reason. The Chargers are favored here at -3. Over under is 52.5. Nude, who you like, who you love.
Over. And the only reason why I'm going to pick the Chargers is because I love Justin Herbert. I think Justin Herbert is the most underrated quarterback in the NFL right now because a lot of people are not putting him in those conversations because of his touchdown numbers. I think Justin Herbert at the end of the year will be right up there with the MVPs that we're saying right now. So
I don't think it's fair to call him overrated. I think that's a little
underrated.
You're saying for Derek Carr? Because I don't think Justin Herbert is the most underrated quarterback. He definitely has his just desserts right now.
No, a lot of people are sucking him off for his yards, but a lot of people are like, Justin Herbert, he's not throwing touchdowns on my fantasy team, blah, blah, blah. I just like Justin Herbert as a quarterback.
And what does Justin Herbert do? What does he do? What's the most important thing at the end of the day in this game? Is it people's fantasy points? It's a fucking W. And that's what Justin Herbert does.
He's got 2 of them. He could have had 3 of them, but the refs are fucking my parlays.
We don't want to trigger you too much. You got to play some kickball. I don't want you to run too hot. You're going to get this place.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to fucking murder you. Continue. That just came out of nowhere. I don't know where that came from.
Oh, you might just bury me in the backyard somewhere. But no, if I get missing, don't question it, guys. It's fine. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go Chargers -3 here as well. I'm going to go over. It's an obvious game. I think Raiders kind of fall from grace here a little bit. And Justin Herbert once again gets overhyped and finally gets the overhype he deserves, more so than just fantasy, or with the fantasy more so than just wins as well. But with that being said, Nude, let's go ahead. Let's wrap up. Let's go to our fantasy core. What do you say, buddy?
All right, man. Let's do it. Let's start off with something nice and hot, something right. All right, so Sam Darnold, we talked about him a lot. He's going against the Cowboys. The Cowboys did look good on defense against Jalen Hurts, but I think Sam Darnold is going to have to be relied on a lot this week. With no CMC, I think he's going to be passing more, and he looks in sync with DJ Moore, so pick him up. Running back. Fuck, who did I say?
Hines.
Nyheim Hines. Jonathan Taylor not doing so well. Nyheim Hines is getting all the targets.
And it's because it's so obvious. Pick up Nyheim Hines. He didn't need to remember it. It's just there for you. Exactly. You're welcome. Thank you for giving that nugget.
But the point is, he's available in like 60% of leagues. I don't understand. Pick him up if you need him. Get him. Let's go, dude. This guy gets all the receiving yards as well. He's going to be on the field when they're losing because they're going to be losing a lot. Now, the wide receiver, everybody's going to say Emmanuel Sanders. But if you're in a PPR, you need Cole Beasley. The guy only gets receptions. Hopefully he doesn't get COVID because he's unvaccinated. This is not a show about politics, but I'm just saying. And tight end, you go after Dalton Schultz, a guy we talked about all last season because Blake Jarwin was out. But now it looks like Schultz has confirmed that he's the tight end one. Go get him. Go start him.
He has definitely confirmed that fact.
Now, because I said the Colts were going to lose and because the Colts suck, I'm picking the Miami Dolphins. I think they're angry about what happened with the Raiders. I think they're going to come back, take care of business, no matter if Jacoby or Tua is on the field. Those are my pickups.
I love it, dude. I do like a lot of those pickups. I think Beasley might be a little tough to pick up. He is available only in about 40.
He was in one of my leagues. I picked him up.
He is available in some leagues. That shows what speaks to the competition in your league. What I love this week is I love myself a little bit of Derek Carr action, which he is. Everybody say, well, Joey, he's available in 40% of leagues. Yes, he is. Yeah. But if he is available in your league, you like me being a little hypocrite there? If he is available,
that was hypocritical as fuck.
If he is, I gotta love it, baby. If he is, that was the bit. If he is available, go pick him up. If he's not, Jacoby Brissett. We already told you the reasons why earlier in the show. Kids got the it factor. Kid's gonna fight for you. Kid's gonna get you at least 20 points per game. I know it was only 16 last week, but now he's gonna have full time to play. I think it's not full time to play. He did last week as well, but I think now he's adjusted to this offense, and you're gonna see a lot from Jacoby going forward. In terms of running back, it's got to be Peyton Barber. Barber. Clearly, Chucky loves somebody in the red zone, and his name's Peyton Barber. Even though, yes, I know he did not play last week. I think he's going to come back fierce this week. Next up, we have a little Hunter Renfrow. I'm not going to go into details there either, dude. It's just so obvious as well. It's more obvious than Cole Beasley. I don't know how you guys haven't done it. Go fucking pick him up. Go pick him up. Next up, Zack Ertz. Now, here's why Zack Ertz. Once again, I'm kind of using a little bit of that Gronk dust coming back, showing us flashes of old Zack. Yes, I understand that that there's another tight end over there that lines up a little bit more. Help me out, Newt. I'm getting hungry here. His name is Dallas Goedert. And I know Goddard lines up there a little bit more, but Ertz is starting to work his way back into this offense. You saw a little bit last week. It's getting more and more snaps. I think Ertz is going to start being used more in the red zone. Go pick him up while you can. It is pretty damn thin, so the fact that he at least is getting targets at tight end is pretty good. It is a barren wasteland out there in tight endville. Next up, defense. Are you ready to hit me hypocritical again? Are you ready for me to be hypocritical again?
Go ahead.
Pick up that Titans defense.
Hypocritical as fuck.
Tell your Titans guy to call me.
Anybody to call you. This is hypocritical as shit. But continue. I'll let it continue.
I see why you want to murder me. I understand. But again, Titans, it's Jets. They're playing terrible. They're a god-awful defense. My bit pick aside this week, which if you didn't realize this is a bit pick, then you need help. Titans are going to destroy them. Titans are going to have 2 or 3 pick sixes, and this Titans defense is going to show a little flash of what I think, and our Titans inside guy thinks they can do.
Exactly. All right, man. Well, those are great pickups. I saw your pickups, and I was like, hey, my man's got – we're in mid-season form. I'm in the car. You're in the basement. We got our picks. You guys enjoyed that show. I'm happy to say we're back in action. We're doing this every single time. Every Thursday, listen to our show. Go to fourcornerstudio.com to see all the other podcasts as well as out everywhere where podcasts are streamed.
Yep.
And to our sponsors, Seductions by Jax on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. She is filling up fast with her hair, nail, and everything appointments. Get on it right now. DM her. She will
get it while you can.
Stuck up clothing, finest.
Yerk.
Goodbye. New clothing line out there. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Follow them on all those socials. See their new lines. See what they're dropping. As well as Eyesight, mobile eyewear company. The company that comes to you with your all your ocular needs. As well as sunglasses. So there you go. There it is. No way. I have my glasses. I got my sunglasses for like pretty good price. So please go check them out on Instagram. Go see what they're bringing out. As well as this episode was sponsored by Smooth My Balls. Get your balls smoothing this winter because you're going to be inside with those girls. You don't want things to go awry, or those guys. We don't judge. Guys, girls, whoever uses the trimmer, that's up to you.
It gets rough when those balls hibernate along with you for the winter. Make sure that doesn't happen and get out of hand.
Exactly. So use promo code 4CR20 to get money off the next purchase. That's for the number 4CR, the number 20. And this is the face of the franchise. I'm your host, the Pharaoh. That is Little Joe. Stay breezy, stay easy, and one fucking love.
Ha ha!